I'm 43 years old, never done any exercise in my life. A friend of mine said, you should run a marathon. So I went, yeah, all right, let's give that a go. And for someone who'd done very little exercise, I set off on a training program, which was too much for me. And my body revolted, and I was in pain. I didn't know what was going on. And he said to me, you need to get yourself an ART therapist to look after. I said, what's ART? And so I went on the internet and found Lee Brandon, and gave him a call. And before I came to see Lee, I was in quite a lot of pain. I was doing running. I'd just done my first 5K, and my calves were ripped to pieces. I could barely walk, and I didn't really know why. So it was in that condition that I saw Lee for the first time, and we embarked on a sort of journey of getting rehabilitation and education, really, for me, which saw me get back on the road at that point. And then subsequently, as the training carried on, I would come in and see for regular sort of services, MOTs, but I was still not strong enough. And then I completely collapsed about 6 weeks before the marathon. And I thought, because I'd been doing a lot of uphill training in France, and my core, my hips were just not up to it. And I developed this strange muscular pain in what turned out to be my sacroiliac joint, but I didn't know that at the time. And I thought, well, that's it, I'm not going to run a marathon. But I came to see Lee, and he said, what you really need to do is what I told you to do to start with, which was go on a proper strength program. And I balked at that because it's quite expensive, and it is quite expensive. I mean, Lee, ART and Lee's process is not the cheapest option in town. And to start with, you think to yourself, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who he is. I've found him on the internet. He's got a bunch of letters after him. I don't know what they mean. Is he any good? Is he worth? And it's expensive, and the full personal training, here's your program, is properly expensive compared to just going to the gym and getting a personal trainer for a few weeks. So I'd resisted initially, and I wish I hadn't, because when I did, 6 weeks out, I still thought, well, it's too little, too late. But nevertheless, I did it. I threw in with both feet, and the results were fantastic. We got to the start. I ran the marathon 6 weeks later. I could barely walk when I came in here with my sacroiliac joint injury. We went on this obscure training program, and they are these strange exercises that Lee throws at you, and I did them rigorously. I applied myself, and it was tough. It was 2 hours a day, 6 days a week for 6 weeks. But got to the start, and I ran the marathon in 4 hours, and I've run another one this year in under 3.5 hours. And a huge part of that is down to coming to Lee and ART and his whole world of sports, muscle expertise. The number one benefit of working with Lee is that I hobbled into his treatment room 6 weeks before the start of a marathon, my first marathon, and 6 weeks later I crossed the finish line in Berlin, and that was down almost exclusively to observing Lee's training methods that he'd given me. That it's incontrovertible.